From the News Channel 5 Network, this is Beacon Retirement Strategies with Pete Benson and John Maxon.
Hi, and welcome to Beacon Retirement Strategies. My name's Pete Benson. I'm here with the esteemed John Maxon, my business partner here in Beacon Capital, right here in Middle Tennessee. We have 3 locations convenient to you serving this area for 2 decades now. Mount Juliet, Brentwood, and our main office in Cool Springs, the Franklin area. We're so glad that you've joined us. We have an exciting and informative show planned for you again this week. We're going to talk about the Beacon Bike Path process. The Beacon Bike Path process. John, you a biker?
I try to be, but I'm not very good. If the fact is, if my 11-year-old can beat me now, I don't know that I'm the best biker in the family anymore. But I know this bike path pretty good.
Yes, we know this bike path. So we're talking about the Beacon Bike Path process. That's kind of what we've named our process, because at Beacon we're planners, not just investors, but we want to put together a plan. We believe that people need a plan much more than they need another product. And most people in our business just want to push you another product. What we want to do is develop a real plan, and there's 5 pillars to that plan. And we use the analogy building your fiscal or financial house, and the 5 pillars that sit in the front of that house that make up a complete plan that you need to have, called the bike path process. So the first pillar is income planning. You need to develop an income plan. It's not just enough to grow your money, it's how do you develop that money into an income plan that's going to last through all of your retirement. So John, I know you do this a lot for folks, income planning.
Yeah, I mean, I tell you, this is like a foundational pillar of your retirement. It used to be easy for the boomers' parents. You know, the boomers are now retiring. There's 70 million of you approximately retiring in America at about 10,000 a day. And for most of you, you're not going to have the pensions that your parents had. And so having a really good income plan of the cornerstone of your financial house is really, really important. In fact, it's vital. And so how do you do that? Well, first of all, you want to start with understanding what you're going to need in retirement. You need a good budget. That takes a little bit of time, but the reality is life's going to change. So do you have a budget? And then once you have your budget, what you then want to look at is what are all the available assets that are going to allow you to support your lifestyle no matter what happens in the economy or the market. You know, one of the first assets is Social Security. See, we don't think Social Security is an entitlement program. We tell our clients to refer to it as an asset. And there are many ways that you can actually maximize Social Security for you and your family. So, for example, if Social Security for your family was going to produce about $30,000 a year of income, you would need $500,000 in an account producing essentially 6% a year to give you $30,000 of income. So look at Social Security as the cornerstone of income and look at it as an asset. Then if you're fortunate enough to have a pension, then you want to make sure that you're making good pension choices around that. But after maximizing Social Security and pension choices, if you still have what we refer to as income gaps. An income gap is the difference between what you get in guaranteed income sources in retirement and what's required to support your lifestyle. So if what's required to support your lifestyle is $5,000 a month and Social Security and pension brings you $4,000, you've got a $1,000 a month income gap. And we think that it's very important that you fill that income gap with guarantees, and that allows you to live in peace of mind, Pete. Of course, we've seen that many times.
Yeah, absolutely. So the question is, do you have an income plan, or do you just have an income hope and a prayer and a wish? A lot of people go into retirement, they make that big step and really don't have an income plan in place. If you are in still just growth-oriented mutual funds and other types of accounts, that's probably not your income plan, okay? So certain investments are good to get you to retirement. They're for growth, and there's other investments that are better for income production, and they produce monthly, quarterly, annual income and keep your principal more intact. So you really need an income plan, and you need one factored in for inflation that's going to take you all the way to the finish line. So again, we're talking about the Beacon Bike Path process, and we're talking about the 5 pillars that make that up. Very, very important. And the first one is really like the foundation of your house, and that's the income plan. You really need to make sure that you have a plan for that pillar, that income plan. And John, the best way to get that is to take us up on our offer called the Beacon Retirement Wealth Plan. Why don't you tell them about that?
Yeah, it's a great offer. It's a no cost or obligation plan. If you have at least $200,000 saved for retirement, it's a series of reports. And these are really valuable, whether you ever do business with us or not. The first one is a fee report. It's just going to show you ways that you can more than likely save a 0.5 point to 1% more a year on your investments. So think about whatever your investments are. If you could keep 1% more a year in your pocket working for you and your family, or giving that money to take trips or other things, that would be a really good thing. The second report is an income plan, making sure that you do have these income gaps that are filled, so that if there is something that happens in the economy, the one thing that you know is that you and your spouse throughout retirement are going to have guaranteed income streams. A risk analysis is just a snapshot in time. It will tell you how much risk you have with your investments, and for many people, they've got as much risk today as they did in their working years, and they've not truly had their investments move into the conservation stage of their life. And then finally, a tax analysis is just a great way to make sure that you're not having return taken away just because you're paying too much in taxes. So again, this is a great offer. Give us a call. Dial the number right now, 615-436-6000. That's 615-436-6000. Well, it's time for a short break. You're watching Beacon Retirement Strategies with John Maxson and Pete Benson. Stick around and we'll be right back.